Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm showing you how to make any item in Minecraft edible. So for example, I can eat this mace over here, I can eat this grass block, but I can also eat these edible diamonds right over here. And so if you like Mega videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft tutorials just like this one in the future. And so not only can you eat these different items, you can also make them do special things. Like for example, if I eat this diamond, I suddenly get the glowing effect here. And so I'll show you the commands to make these three specific items. And then from there, I hope you can make your own edible items for yourself in Minecraft Java Edition. So these commands will work in Minecraft Java Edition 1.20.5 or above. So 1.21 also works and any version higher than that. Sadly, these commands do not work in Bedrock Edition or in older versions, so you'll have to be on the most recent version of Minecraft Java Edition for these to work. And let's start over here with the mace. So as you can see, this is just a mace. I can attack with it. As you can see, it just does the same amount of damage as a regular mace. There we go, we can kill a creeper. But at the same time, this is also food, because if I hold down my right click button, as you can see, it starts to eat the mace, and after actually 5 seconds, I have eaten a mace. And yes, this works in survival mode. So here we go, we're in survival mode, and I'm missing 6 hunger bars. Now if I eat this mace over here, as you can see, it will take a while, but after I eat it, indeed, we get back 2 of our hunger bars, and the mace completely disappears. I think you probably don't want to eat your mace, because it's probably a better weapon than it is a food source, but there we go. It is still very much possible. And we can get another one by just clicking the button over here. So what does this command actually look like? Let's take a look at this command block right over here. So it is just regular give command, /give at p, the nearest player in this case, or any other selector you want, and then give the player a mace. Then what we want to put in are some square brackets, and then food equals curly brackets. And now you can put in all the different things you want the food to have. But there's 2 options that are required for this to actually work. And there's this first one, nutrition. So this is the amount of hunger points that will be restored when you eat the food. So in this case, 4 hunger points means that you will get 2 of those bars back in survival mode. So that's the nutrition. And then the second criteria you have to set is the saturation. So this is just how full you get by eating this type of food. And so in this case, we set the saturation to 2. That is quite low, which means that your hunger bars will go back down faster. So then there is 3 more optional criteria. The first of those is _meat, and in this case it's set to false. If it's set to true, then you can give this food to a wolf as well. Then there is can always eat, and in this case it's set to true. This means that you can still eat the food even if you have full hunger. So if you have all of your 10 hunger bars, you can still eat this mace. And then the final option here determines how long it takes for the food to be eaten. So it is eat seconds, and in this case it's set to 5. So this means it will take 5 seconds for you to eat this mace. If we set this to, for example, 1, like this, and grab a new one of these mace, you will see that if we try to eat it, we eat it way faster than this mace over here, which is the mace we had before, which takes 5 seconds to eat. There we go. And so that is the basic command we're using here. Of course, I will leave this command in the description down below, along with the other 2 commands I show you in this video, so you can copy it straight from there into your own worlds and try this out for yourself and play around with it to make sure you understand how it's working. But alright, let's move on to this second example, which is this grass block. And you can see, I can just eat this grass block. This works with any block, any item in the game. As long as you can give it yourself using the /give command, this will work. And so the nice thing about this grass block is that you can actually feed it to your favorite wolf. So if you want to know how to get these different wolves in Minecraft Java Edition using commands, I've made a video on it, link is in the top right of your screen. So now you should be able to give it to this wolf so that it gets some health back. However, as you can see, this is currently not working. If you know why this is currently not working, please let me know in the comments down below. But for some reason, even if we use the #meat option and set it to true, you still can't give it to wolves, which should be the case. And so for the rest, as you can see, this grass block has nutrition 6, saturation 8, can always eat true, and eat seconds just 1. And indeed, we can eat it quite quickly if we eat it just like this. But alright, let's move on to the final example, which I think is the most interesting example of these 3. It is this edible diamond. And so far we've just basically shown the basic functionality of the food part of the MBT data. But using this diamond, we can show a few more things that you can do with this command. And so to show this off, we'll go back into survival mode. As you can see, we have no hunger bars right now. We're actually starving. So let's go and eat this diamond right here. So here we go. We'll eat the diamond. And there we go. We get 6 hunger bars back. But not only that, our diamond has turned into just a regular piece of glass. That is not very useful. And as we saw in the intro, if we eat this diamond and look at ourselves, we will get the glowing effect, just like this. So we are now the diamond ourselves. So this shows off 2 extra functionalities of this command, namely that you can turn the food into a different item and that you can actually give an effect to the player with a specific chance as well. So it could be that you get the glowing effect or that you don't get the glowing effect, depending on if you're lucky or not. So let's take a look at this final command. Here we go. So first of all, /give @p diamond. Then this first part is just to give it the edible diamond name. So we set the item name with bold to true and the color to dark aqua and italic to false. So then the text is edible diamond. That is just to give this item the edible diamond name. And then we come to the food part. So we set again the nutrition, in this case to 12 to get 6 hunger bars, and saturation in this case to 5. Is meat was set to false and can always eat set to true. Eat seconds in this case was set to 3 seconds. But then here is the new part. So in this case now we put effects and then add this part over here. So within food we put in effects, and then the effect we add is in this case Minecraft glowing. Then we set the amplifier, which is just the level of glowing. In this case, of course, glowing doesn't really matter, so we just set it to level 0. But if you did put, for example, speed, you would want to put level 3 here, and then you would get speed 4 from this. Then there is also the duration, so how many ticks do you want this effect to last? In this case, 100 ticks means 5 seconds. So if you want it to last a minute, you would have to put 1200 over here. Then you can also set show particles. So show particles 1b means we can see the particles of this effect. And if you set it to 0b, that means you cannot see the particles. Then there is show icon, which means you will see the icon on the screen. If we set this to true instead of false, so 1 is true and 0 is false. If you now eat this diamond, you will see the glowing icon on the top right of our screen appear. If we actually get the effect, okay, that was a little unlucky. Let's try it again. And there we go. Now we see the glowing effect there on the top right of our screen. And so why am I saying if I actually get the effect? And that's because of the next part of this command. So after setting the amplifier, the duration, and if we want to show the particles and the icon, there is this next part. Okay, there's also first if we wanted to make an ambient effect. So ambient effects are the effects from beacons. In this case, no, we do not want to make it an ambient effect, so we set it to 0. But this next part is also interesting. So this is the probability. So here you can set how often you want this effect to actually be given to the player. So in this case, the probability is 0.8. 80% of the time, if we eat this diamond, we will get the glowing effect. Otherwise, we will not get it. So this is a really cool part of this command. You can set the probability of the effect being applied to the player. And then finally, there is the converting to a glass block. Because of course, if we eat this diamond, it converts into a glass block. Regularly, this is used, for example, for drinking a milk bucket and turning it into a regular bucket, or drinking a potion and turning it into a bottle. But in this case, what we see is that we can use using converts to. And then here you can put in any item in the game again. So for example, we can put in Minecraft ID glass. In this case, it just turns into a single piece of glass. And so that is how to convert the diamond into another item after you actually eat it. And so there we go. That is how to make any item edible in Minecraft Java Edition 1.20.5 and above. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe!